Hassan Piker has lost all of his marbles. The marbles are gone, people. Hard hitting, man. Hard hitting calls, questioning his mental capacity.
Okay, done. Saved.
I'm pretty sure that's a tattoo on his leg. It's just, anyways, it's a tattoo.
You like the marbles, or you?
Yeah.
You? I don't like the marbles. Hassan Piker has fully gone he has full on dementia. He has full on.
This guy calls me stupid.
I don't like the marbles. Hassan Piker has fully gone he has full on dementia. He has full on late stage Parkinson's.
But remains sexy.
So as many of you guys have seen at this point, yeah, Ethan Klein, he couldn't handle the fact that people were making fun of him for his button usage, the fact that he constantly sounds like a crazy person. And he really needs everyone to know that he is the victim, and he has always been the victim. He needs everyone to know. And even though he did an 8-hour response VOD, I guess he got really sad because no one wanted to watch 8 hours of Poopy Klein.
The Pope's one remaining lun with his eye makeup.
I guess nobody really wanted to watch 8 hours of Poopy Klein breakdown content. I know, isn't it fucking sad? It's that one reaction image. Why does nobody care? Why does no one care? Why? Wasn't that the point? Make it long so people don't watch? Was it not the point? But he was just like, the problem is that you people don't understand what fair use looks like. If you can't articulate your points in an 8-hour, mostly pre-scripted response, you can't have very good points. Yeah, whatever. You're just saying that because you're part of the tankies that are trying to mass harass him, okay? And it's honestly, it's fucking disgusting. But he uploaded a video titled "My Response to iDubbbz." I'm sure the majority of the VOD video, I'm sure the majority of it, I couldn't resist. I was like, oh my God, what's in here? I did pre-watch it. Sorry, I didn't. This is like the one exception. This is the one time I was like, I need to see it. It's only 15 minutes. I'm sorry. But he was like clearly calm and collected when he decided, I'm going to watch this video from Ian and I'm going to make a serious, genuine response to Ian. So I'm sure the video will be mostly Ian, right? It's only 16 minutes, so I'm sure the majority of it will be about Ian. Because there's no way that he would spend his Easter, instead of, you know, collecting eggs or whatever the fuck people do on Easter. I'm sure he would spend, or even 420. The Vape Nation guy, right? Surely? The Vape Nation guy would spend 420 hanging out, having fun. He wouldn't be in the editing dungeon talking about, sorry, really quickly, chatter. That's your criticism? You're sure you ever became sentient? We haven't even started watching the video, you fucking idiot. I'm milking. Get milked. You were actively being milked. Do you enjoy being milked? Because that's what's happening. You're being milked, you fucking idiot. All right. I'm sure this video will be a great breakdown on everything in Ian's video, and people will suddenly start caring, right? I'm sure. So let's take a look. Shall we?
A few days ago, my good friend Ian, also known as iDubbbz, released a content cop about me. His video's over an hour long, and it's full of a lot of accusations. We watched the entire video, every frame of it, responded to every accusation on the podcast, and a really long episode. We watched the whole thing, so if you're interested and a more thorough response to everything, I would recommend watching this episode.
Except for the part where he skips berating AB. Except that part. Obviously.
The video
we couldn't even go a minute without, we couldn't even go 30 seconds without lying.
that I'm making today, however, I don't need an hour for, because there's really just one central point that I want to make here. My good friend Ian, in his hour-long takedown, did not mention one time Child Protective Services. Not one time.
Man.
In the entire video, he never says CPS. No mention, no explanation, no overview, nothing. Zero
mention, guys. Zero mention. Some might say.
Nothing to say.
Some might say that. Some might say that.
Mentions of CPS. A few weeks ago, Child Protective Services showed up to our house at 6 a.m. to interrogate us about an anonymous tip they got that our kids were crawling around and eating dog shit at catching diseases. Ian spends the majority of his video characterizing me like a raving lunatic who's lashing out at everyone around me with zero provocation.
Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators, maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace and we can like rekindle our friendship. And I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you and a lot of people who have been on the receiving end of your harassment.
What he doesn't say is the majority of these clips he's using are taken from this episode. Now,
I don't know what you guys are thinking. Why does that matter? Well, I'm sure he will explain to us all something that is very indicative of sanity and intelligence, right? I'm sure.
Now, does he ever show the title of this episode? No, he does not ever show the title of this episode. Snark.
He didn't show the title. Ethan, you're so right, Ethan. This totally ruins everything he said about the button. You're so right. He didn't even show the title of every single one of the VODs he used.
Called
Wow.
Child Protective Services on Us.
The
Not only
smoking gun is crazy. Whoa.
does he not
Okay,
show
wait,
the
wait, wait.
title, he doesn't explain why I'm upset, who I'm mad at, why I'm mad at them. Zero context. I am just an anonymous screaming lunatic.
It's been pleasant hanging out with you. I've enjoyed your content over the years. And as of late, it's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Who else? Who else do we want to burn today?
Who else do we want to burn?
And I know what you're thinking. He's not so stupid that he would argue, well, of course I was going to be unhinged in that one. I was really upset. It happened that morning, and I decided I was going to stream when I was in a bad mood, and I was upset. Surely he wouldn't make that argument that he can't control himself enough to know when to not stream, to know when he won't have the self-control, that he would actually ever wait and prepare a stream so that he can have a fun podcast, or so that he can have a good podcast, or so he can have a responsible podcast.
Today, you're making it so fucking obvious that this is your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible. This is not what podcasts are. There was a way to approach this to say like, yeah, we feel hurt by you guys not saying something.
I mean, he was basically forced at gunpoint to stream that morning. He literally lives paycheck to paycheck, live show to live show. Okay, the nanny costs are really expensive. Okay, the housekeeper costs are really expensive. The dog vet bills are really expensive. He has to stream every single day. Someone literally forced him to stream in this emotionally vulnerable state and say things he would later regret. Someone forced him to do this. All those watches don't pay for themselves. He literally had to buy 10 Rolexes at minimum, okay, to show everyone how cool he is. He's living 100K Rolex to 100K Rolex. All right? I was very emotional. I mean, you're taking advantage of a young 40-year-old in an emotionally vulnerable state. Don't joke about that, Adam. His legal fees and his upcoming lawsuit, it basically actually does live like that. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. Kavanaugh is fucking washing his ass, dude. No pun intended. No pun intended there.
Decided to do
That would be a really nice thing of him to do, though.
the extra thing and attack.
In this episode, the same day that CPS came to my home, I was understandably irate. This was
And so you streamed?
a provocation that I had not experienced.
You guys don't understand. E-rate is very different from irate, okay? It's different. You guys don't get it.
It went into my real world, was affecting my children and my life in a way that I found extremely disturbing and an escalation that I found very unacceptable. Now, why am I mad at Ian for this? Well, let's start here. Denims is someone he's accusing me of.
Dude, he says my name the same way every time. Denims is streaming. It's like even just like uttering the syllables makes him so mad that he's gonna like. Sorry, I was gonna make another poop joke. I'm gonna stop leaning in so much on that. Why are you obsessed with Jews? Sounds like you're the one that's kind of obsessed with Jews. Are you okay, Chatter? Who the hell is talking about Jewish people? Are you okay, Chatter?
In his video of harassing. Let's see what Denims said about my children 3 days before CPS was called.
He lets his dogs shit all over his mansion, and he just leaves the shit on the floor, something that is probably related to the fact that his former housekeeper is suing him for a number of different reasons. So I would assume he doesn't actually have a housekeeper anymore, or perhaps he lost.
Every time I have to see this clip and I have to hear Bad Empanada talking. Every time. I just imagine Bad Empanada saying, it's all according to plan. Trust the plan 00101100100. How giddy do you think Bad Empanada gets every time he gets to hear this section over and over and over again?
For a number of different reasons. So I would assume he lets his dogs shit all over his mansion, and he just leaves the shit on the floor, something that is probably related to the fact that his former housekeeper is suing him for a number of different.
I hope Bad Empanada's having the time of his life. He's getting so much value for his content. So many people have seen his content. So many people.
Different reasons. So I would assume he doesn't actually have a housekeeper anymore, or perhaps he lost his extra housekeeper. So now the house is just like covered in dog shit. And he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog shit, and God forbid, I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it or if it's just from like contact with it with their hands or something.
Ethan, you forgot to remove the live chat again. You accidentally left it in again. We've been over this so many times at this point.
But they contracted a parasite that I had previously never heard of in my life called Giardia from the dog shit that is all over his house.
Dude, how is it that like maybe once a week I look into what Ethan Klein's been up to, and every time I manage to find more and more terrible shit. This is where Ethan tells a story about his family getting
We
Giardia.
already have mold Mondays. Now we have shit Saturdays.
Also, this is not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe and deadly to small children. I mean, much like many other illnesses, it's very, very, very dangerous when infants get the same sicknesses that adults get. There are lots of things that you can get as an adult. You're totally fine. You'll be A-okay. No problem. One thing I will say, I don't understand why people keep trying to fight this argument when this is just true. children shouldn't necessarily be getting the same illnesses that adults are getting. Does that mean your kid's going to die if they get the common cold? No, of course not. But there are illnesses that you can get as a kid that are way more severe than you getting them as an adult. Same thing with elderly people as well. This is just true. I mean, even with specifically giardiasis, we have studies that show that it impacts development in children. It's also common in dogs. It's rare in people. It is rare. You can just like look these numbers up yourself. Also, this is not how immune systems work. It's like a misconception. You don't get a stronger immune system because you got sick. You are now able to fight off that specific illness more effectively because your body has developed immunity to that specific illness. But your immune system itself, it's not like your immune system got fundamentally stronger. Your immune system just gets stronger over time. It doesn't get stronger because you get sick. If you didn't get sick ever, you wouldn't have no immune system. And you're constantly kind of weighing whether or not getting the illness is better than, and getting the immunity to that illness is better than the side effects of that illness. Which again, with giardiasis, it literally causes developmental issues in children. A child, a small infant that has no immune system, shouldn't be catching anything. Certain illnesses can make your immune system weaker. Measles, for instance, makes you have to fully redo your vaccine schedule due to immune amnesia. I mean, again, yeah, this is the reason why kids get vaccinated, right? Like there are some illnesses that it's not worth getting the illness to be able to develop your immunity to that illness. Your immune system doesn't only get stronger if you get sick. It's just not accurate.
No wonder his house is covered in dog shit, and his neglected children raised by nannies have contracted parasites previously unknown to science from the feces. I wonder.
My other favorite thing about this is people keep trying to make this bad empanada joke into not a joke. He didn't even know what giardiasis was. It's like,
why he skipped over all of this, because everything that he said, everything that I said in this story.
If you make 3 poop jokes at 3 a.m. in front of the mirror, the writer of Ramallah will appear.
Which, by the way, was apparently compiled by his crew.
No wonder this motherfucker is always sick. Yeah. Yeah. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense now. It makes sense why he doesn't care about Palestinian children when he is neglecting his own. How is this happening? How is it happening? How is this happening? Yeah, I mean, I don't even make fun of people's weight. I've never made fun of people's weight. I do make fun of people's posture. If you're making an active decision that like you don't give a fuck about your health, I have to say, never in a million years would I have guessed that this comment about his gunch, his gamer gunch, his waddle over to the camera, and his posture part, I would never guess in a million years that this was going to piss him off so bad. You could not have told me that this was going to piss him off. Like, I couldn't have guessed this, and this cut him deep. He really didn't like this one. He really didn't like this one. I mean, this is crazy. It's a right angle. We're getting a full 90 degrees here. And the worst part is, it's just because he sits in the editing dungeon for weeks on end. You have scoliosis. That's out of your hands. That's out of your control. Although there is like physical therapy. There's lots of treatments, right? It's out of your control. No one can judge you for that. Can you imagine the self-own giving yourself a 90-degree hunch
like
because you
sketches
can't
from the
stop
Dark
fucking
Crystal.
sitting over your goddamn computer editing a video about stupid sexy Hassan? That's the own here. You're so obsessed with this guy who's moved on that you gave yourself gamer back. Dude, you could use his gamer neck hunch as like a fucking, you could use it as a Rolex stand. You could use it as like a level for like
Hazo.
putting up paintings. The arm is also crazy. Dude, the arm is giving, I know. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person who likes this fucking comic. But the arm is giving Soybot. My strength is waning. This meme? This text is so crunchy. Here we go. My coworker has this thing called the Robo Twist for those hard to open scround bottles. Soybot, I need you. My strength is waning. Soybot, I need you. My strength is waning. I hate the guy, but it isn't a 90-degree slouch. What are you talking about? You're wrong. You're wrong. But he doesn't understand criticism. He's not capable of like fundamentally understanding criticism. So he didn't understand when I made fun of his posture here. I'm not saying like, oh, if you have a bad spine, if you're an old person, I hate you and you're a bad person. It's when you give yourself a 90-degree angle for a fucking neck because you can't stop editing in the editing dungeon, it's bad. You should know at that point that you're unwell. You should know at that point that you're unwell. Or your posture, or your dog shitting all over the house to the point where your kids are getting Giardia. That's the image of someone who is not well. Wait, what? Wait, what, Denims? Wait, what? You guys didn't know about this? Yeah. Meth Zempic diet. Oh, God.
Even after
I think he's lost the ability to be funny, except make, like, sorry, let me start over. I think he's lost the ability to, like, make jokes that own other people, because I think at this point, the only jokes he puts in his videos or on his show is self-owns. He is the king of self-owning. Ethan Klein, besides being an insane liar, he is like the king of self-owning. The entire live stream, by the way, this podcast live stream, where he reacts to the iDubbbz video.
Give it up your ass, weirdo.
I don't know why they put the L dance so many times.
good.
Everything was correct.
That part was funny. That was a good joke he made, iDubbbz. So it was
Like, and this happened. This didn't happen once. This didn't
so
happen
good. You put it at the
twice.
top.
It happened like at least 15 times. At least 15 times. Anyways, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
CPS was called. Denims attempted to justify it by claiming that it's okay because children can't be traumatized.
I don't want you to create any bad memory here for them. Like, they are 5 and 3. They don't.
I'm going to correct this one because this one I think is the most offensive one, but I'll let it play for a second. This is in his words. Wait.
Claiming that it's okay because children can't be traumatized.
I don't want you to create any bad memory here for them. Like, they are 5 and 3. They don't understand this shit. So I told him
create any bad memory for them. You're not forming memories at 3 years old, and it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old. Dude, I have to say, he started me at 146 IQ. Wait. So you admit that you're partial and you're just mad when I talk about you. So you assume that I'm only dumb when I'm talking about you, but otherwise I'm smart. That's what I mean when I say it's like self-owning. Like, he is the king of self-owning. Why did you post that? This doesn't even make any sense. You're not forming memories at 3 years old, and it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old. Nah, yes, you are. No, you're not. Ethan causes others to get brain damage when talking about him. When we're talking about being able to remember, being able to recall memories, it's like 4 is the cutoff. But even if you are forming any memories at 4, you're not going to be able to remember them. Yeah, the pro-Israel dude thinks IQ is a nice gotcha. You mean to tell me the guy who's married to the woman who calls me, another brown woman and a black guy, dancing monkeys? You mean to tell me that they would use IQ as an own? What? I'm in awe. I'm in awe personally. Has like 15. You have maybe 1 or 2 memories.
If you're wondering,
which, by the way,
Ethan, please, everyone, incite harassment on all and myself.
Which, by the way, again, there's a reason that the clip ends where the clip ends. The next minute of the clip is me saying, sorry, let me explain, which again, you can go check the VOD that's uploaded. It's still up. That VOD is absolutely still up. They keep saying that I'm sweeping and these VODs are deleted. They're up. These VODs are up. But you can hear the next minute of the clip is me saying, sorry, I'm misspeaking here. It's not that you don't form the memories. It's that you're not going to be able to recall them because childhood amnesia is real. If you don't believe me, just Google childhood amnesia. You only retain things, you're almost certainly only going to retain the things that are the most relevant, very actually traumatic experiences, eventful moments, maybe 1 or 2 light bulb memories. You'll have like a handful. And the thing is, that doesn't really matter because I wasn't saying anything about any of these things because you can still have trauma responses. I don't know why everyone in here thinks that like I say that trauma isn't real because I don't even mention trauma. At no point do I mention trauma. You can have a trauma response without knowing what causes that trauma, what originally started causing that trauma. It shouldn't be traumatic unless it was a hostile situation where if it was just a conversation, it shouldn't be, which was the point that I was making. I mean, he describes the situation. He says this guy with a clipboard came in and just asked his kids, how are you doing? Like, oh, like, what did you do yesterday? Oh, did your dad get mad at you? Like, which is exactly what I said. That's it. It's not complicated at all. It's not. It's really not. And the more important point than all of this, because for some reason, everyone's suddenly pretending like, again, childhood amnesia isn't real. Which is very bizarre, because you don't have to believe me. You can just ask Google if childhood amnesia is real. But that's neither here nor there. None of that matters. None of that matters. Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why none of that matters? Because his claim is that this is me justifying it, except for the fact that, and you can tell because I'm wearing, well, I'm wearing the same outfit here. Right when that clip ends, right here, here's me talking about childhood amnesia. It is just true that a vast majority of adults cannot recall inconsequential memories that happened when they were children. Most people can recall 3 or 4 memorable experiences, but not much more than that. I didn't say anything about trauma, which is a completely different topic entirely. Despite this, Ethan Klein has tried to use this clip as a way of pretending like I excused calling CPS. It would be insane if I said the exact opposite 30 seconds later, right? Now, surely Ethan has more respect for his audience than to just lie to them over and over again so that they can do his bidding, right? Nope. Here is the full clip from my stream. And the craziest part is he admits it on his show days after because he does not respect his audience or even his employees for a moment. Yes, what is it, Meerkat? Yes. I agree.
Deanbo, do you have any idea how traumatic it is to have the authorities randomly showing up to your house at night, going through all your things, accusing you of crimes you didn't do? No one should be subjected to such treatment.
Sure, but we're talking about not cops showing up at your house. We're talking about CPS, which anyways, to begin with, one, I don't condone. I've never condoned it, and you will not be able to find a clip of me saying, yes, we should do this, because it doesn't exist. I think CPS should be exclusively used for family vloggers who are total fucking pieces of shit that use their kids as content. I've literally given Ethan Klein credit on multiple times or multiple instances, and I will do it again right now, for not showing photos of his kids. I think it is actually very cool of him to try his best to not have his kids in photos, in videos. I respect that a lot. I think he's a piece of shit, and I think he's going insane and he's crazy, but I respect a lot that he doesn't bring his... The only part of this that didn't age well is me giving him credit for not bringing his kids on stream. Kids on camera and use them for content.
Is on her platform right now advocating for our children to be forcibly removed from us by Child Protective Services. Maybe she should think about issuing an apology and retraction.
Or at least saying calling CPS is fucking crazy. Don't do
Is it that hard?
please.
Oh no, what she does kind of, she goes,
Yeah.
after being like, Ethan's the worst person in the world, and like, yeah, his kid, and watching Bad Amp, and I'll be like, yeah, his kids crawl around and eat shit, and her whole entire chat being like, call CPS, but she'd be like, obviously don't call CPS.
What's that? You know that I said don't call CPS, and there's literally evidence of you saying that you know that I said don't call CPS? And I, in fact, talked about memories completely separately from justifying CPS and proceeded to say, doesn't matter because I don't justify calling CPS like on someone like this. And I never would justify it. And you know that I said this. You know that I said this. Olivia's soul leaving her body after Ethan says Denims did say don't call CPS. This is during that stream. You can tell it's during that stream. Besides the same outfit, you can see what I'm reacting to. It's the stream that they're doing the day of the CPS call. The text literally shows you what they're talking about. And earlier in this video, I think, yeah, it's literally the NCBI article. I'm sure he's going to put the clip in right now, right? Right? He's going to put the clip in right now.
Well, I told him.
Create any... I'm sure he's going to put it right here,
Wondering who
right?
the guy
Oh,
is.
no, he just goes back to the chat messages. This is as bad, I think, as the content nuke on Hassan. It's a bunch of clips that have already been debunked. This is... Just a reminder, guys. This is a video about iDubbbz. And it's so far been just 7 minutes of clips from me. Talk about obsessed, dude. She's not into you, man.
She's watching. His name is Bad Empanada. And as far as harassment campaigns go, you'd think that Ian, as someone who cares so deeply about it, would be talking about him and not me. Here's a small taste.
I'd like to pay tribute to Ethan Klein and the new Twitch TOS that declares Zionism. Zion is the slur. I'd like to pay tribute to him by playing the first in Al-Aqsa video game where you kill Zionist soldiers as a Palestinian resistance fighter. Anyways, are these Israelis? They're just standing there? I mean, is the Israeli army a bunch of Ethan Kleins? Like, they're all on a fucking Ozempic binge. They don't understand what's going on around them. They haven't noticed me. Where do they keep the secretaries? In here? I'm hunting for secretaries.
I like how his buddy Mutahar literally has a video of him doing the opposite of this. His buddy Mutahar that he gets on his show to talk about how much he hates Noah Samson. There's literally a clip of, there are actually multiple clips of Mudahar playing a game and then saying, calling brown people goat fuckers and saying a bunch of other slurs that I'm not going to say, obviously.
Secretaries right now. Secretary got.
Here's Bad Empanada once again, who posted a story saying, I'm the one who called CPS.
Remember what I was saying about self-owning? Guys, don't get it twisted. With people like this, every single statement is projection. This guy is the king. He is the god emperor of self-owning. To post this on the screen, to post Bad Empanada's story, I'm the one who called CPS on Ethan Klein, quote, I want CPS to take his kids away because they're in serious danger, end quote, from Bad Empanada's Instagram story. You're going to post this on... You're going to put this in the video. But it's okay, guys, because you put Bad Empanada with the nice Arab-looking, Muslim-looking, Islamic-looking beard.
On Ethan Klein, I want CPS to take his kids away because they are seriously in danger.
Every accusation is a confession. And I know what you're thinking. The cell phones are going to stop from Ethan Klein. He's going to stop self-owning himself. He's going to finally stop self-owning himself.
Today was pretty bad, wasn't it? Really sucked for you. You were so disappointed. The betrayal of one of your closest long-term friends, huh? TikTok, though, Ethan.
Did he overlay this? I'm asking genuinely. Did he put the L dance in? Did he edit the L dance in? Or was that Bad Empanada? I know Bad Empanada's a lazy motherfucker, so I feel like Bad Empanada didn't do it. Why did you... He also added the music? Why? Why did you edit this music in? Why did you edit the L dance in? Okay, I feel like it should be enjoyed in its entirety, so I'm not gonna...
Today was pretty bad, wasn't it? Really sucked for you. You were so disappointed. The betrayal of one of your closest long-term friends, huh? TikTok, though, Ethan. TikTok, because this was just a taste. This was just a small part of what we have organized for you. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse, Mr. Klein. Every day, sit there just waiting in misery, in fear of what we have in store for you. TikTok goes the clock.
Maybe if he stops harassing.
This is the hottest take I'm gonna have, guys. Okay, I don't know if you guys are ready for this one. Ethan actually can do good edits. He's just lost too much. He's lost too much of his sanity to know what's an edit against him and what's an edit towards him or for him. So he still has the ability to put together funny music and, you know, transparency down, opacity down, overlay, zoom in. He can do all of the good edits. He can do them. But unfortunately, every single one of these edits makes it look like that was what Bad Empanada put together to make fun of him. Wait, Ethan made that? Yes. I thought Bad Empanada made that? No. The only thing Bad Empanada did... I mean, have you watched any of Bad Empanada's content? Have you seen any of his YouTube? He doesn't even do edits on his videos. I don't know if I've ever seen him do any edits ever. I'm pretty sure the only editing he's ever done is cutting out dead air. That's the only thing that he does. All he did was record that video close up. Everything else was the work of Ethan Klein. And he put that in there. He put that in there. Why did you edit this? I think without the edits, it loses a lot of its humor. And it actually maybe would be more threatening. But the edits make it funny, dude.
Seriously in danger.
And can you imagine, like, oh my God, this is so mean, but I can like imagine him sitting in the editing dungeon on Easter, on 420, forget about Easter, whatever. Who cares? Jesus died or something. On 420, he could be vape nation. He could be having a good time. And instead, on 420, instead of blazing it and having a good time, hanging out with some friends, hanging out with his family, I don't know, doing literally anything else, he was sitting there editing this bad empanada clip. How many times do you think? How many times do you think he had to sit there and rewatch that clip? How many times do you think he had to hear the words, "It's a bad day for you, Ethan Klein. It's a bad day." He's Jewish. He doesn't celebrate Easter. I mean, just because you're of an ethnic background or of a religious background doesn't mean you don't celebrate certain holidays, right? Just because you're Muslim doesn't mean you don't like exchange gifts on Christmas with friends, right? Or like you'll like refuse to, oh, Jesus Christ. Or you refuse to participate in like a Secret Santa or something. Easter's different? No, because like Easter, from my understanding, okay, I didn't grow up Christian, but from my understanding, don't kids just go do egg hunts and like painting eggs? I don't feel like any of that is strictly Christian in nature, right? If kids see all the other kids painting eggs on Easter, they're going to want to paint eggs too, right? So when I say like Easter, I'm not saying, well, it doesn't matter that he's of this religious group, he should participate in all the religious holidays. I'm saying there's a lot of kid-friendly activities on every holiday that kids want to participate in, even if they don't celebrate. Like Thanksgiving is another good one, right? Where Thanksgiving is, it's more of an American holiday, right? But lots of people want to participate. Lots of people want to. The immigrants who have nothing to do with American culture would be like, yeah, Thanksgiving sounds like fun. It's just an excuse to hang out with people. People want an excuse to hang out with their friends and family. Again, you don't have to celebrate all of the aspects or more religious aspects of Easter to, you know, I don't know, do egg painting with your kids or to do an egg hunt with your kids or something like that. Unless I'm mistaken and it's like it's written in the Torah that Jewish people are not allowed to do egg painting. I don't think so, but it also doesn't matter because it was also 420. You easily could have spent 420 getting blazed and having a good time.
Today was pretty bad, wasn't it? Really sucked for you. You were so disappointed. The betrayal of one of your closest long-term friends, huh? TikTok, Ethan. TikTok, because this was just a taste. This was just a small part of what we have organized for you. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse, Mr. Klein. Every day, sit there just waiting in misery, in fear of what we have in store for you. Tick-tock goes the clock.
Maybe if he stops harassing.
Ethan is Ethan's biggest enemy. He is his worst enemy. He's at the point where he's making bad empanada fan cams and he has no idea. So funny when you realize the truth. This is not about Ethan or Denims or Hassan. It's a long planned Destiny versus, excuse you, Sex Pestiny. Don't dead name him. Versus Bad Empanada proxy war.
Other creators.
He lets his dogs shit all over his mansion, and he just leaves the shit on the floor.
Maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace.
House is just like covered in dog shit. And he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog shit.
And I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you.
I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it or if it's just from like contact with it with their hands or something.
I was particularly angry during this.
I'm in the Twilight Zone right now. I'm in the Twilight Zone right now. This is a video he uploaded to make himself look good. Does he realize that most people, most normal people who watch the Content Cop are going to get 3 minutes into this and be unbelievably bored because they're like, what's this random thoughts? I don't give a fuck. And they're going to get to this point and be like, I don't even know what the fuck. What does this have to do with iDubbbz? And they're going to close out of the video. I literally did exactly that. I have no words. I just have no words for how bad this looks for him. It's just like it's just a self-owned compilation. It's just a self-owned compilation Ethan put together for himself. What? It seems like all the internet is not getting this Content Cop very well. Did you see the dislike ratio? Why is it? What the fuck does this
Denims is
mean?
streaming.
I literally don't understand what this. Are you trying to say that the dislike ratio, the 50% dislike ratio, that's wrong? For all of the Twitch viewers who don't spend all their time on YouTube, okay? YouTube ages ago, I could be mistaken on why they removed it. I thought it was because of the YouTube rewind that got a lot of hate. I think they put a YouTube rewind together. I think it was the one with Will Smith, and that one had like it had an absurd amount of dislikes. And then I think YouTube took dislikes out. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe that's like a false narrative that everyone's agreed upon. But I thought that that's why it was out. I thought it was the rewind one, that the dislike ratio was so brutal. They were like, okay, we're removing this. We're removing this. They removed dislikes under the premise to avoid cyberbullying. Yeah, my video in response to iDubbbz talks about Denims for another 5 minutes. Dude, my haters are insane. They're actually unwell. The best part about this is he's trying to like frame it as if he suddenly started getting harassment because of CPS. Like this all happened, that it was started against him. But like, if you go to my YouTube channel, which only has 2 videos on it, because I've only ever uploaded 2 videos on this. The Denims Clips channel is a fan-run channel. It's run by someone totally different. I've already said it. I don't know the person who runs it. I've never spoken to the person who runs it. I think maybe they sent me a message one time and they said, if can they upload clips? And I say to everyone, yeah, please feel free to. Yep. As long as it's not hurting anyone and you're not deceptively clipping anything. Yeah, sure. These are the only 2 videos I have on my channel. One from a month ago after the CPS accusations and one from 2 months ago This started because of Ethan Klein.
Denims.
This is what he had to say about me a month before the CPS call.
Get a load of this dumbass. What a stupid fucking dumb bitch. Holy shit. Yeah, that's defamation. Straight up, man. Okay, first of all, she's a fucking bitch. Shame on you. Fuck you. Here's a Hassan Orbiter Denims. You guys might not know who she is because she's mostly irrelevant. This is a disgusting human being. She's a vile fucking piece of shit. And yes, she is a fucking bitch. That's a fucking bitch of a person. She is earning the coveted distinction of being a fucking bitch. I have decreed, let it be known, that Denims is a dumb fucking bitch. What a vile fucking human being.
Hey guys, I think I pissed off Ethan Klein. So he's trying to like rewrite history and say this all started because they started harassing me. But that was like literally a month ago. A month before anything related to CPS happened. That's him on camera being insane. Feminist of the year. Feminist king, honestly. Denims, this video is about iDubbbz not being a good friend for siding with someone who called CPS on him, aka you. The content cop was an L. That's why it has so many dislikes. Then why has Ethan Klein said on camera that I said not to call CPS? Why is there a clip of Ethan Klein admitting that I said not to call CPS? You're literally the only person platforming bad empanada. It's okay. I get it. You have holes in your brain. I get it. I get it. We are all Spartacus. We are all Spartacus. Anyone who watches bad empanada videos ever, you are the reason this is happening to Ethan. You are the reason. I'm gonna like stub my toe, or like my mail will get delivered wrong, or I won't receive a package, and then I'll just like start schizo posting online and say, this is because of Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein is literally messing with my mails. With my mail. He's messing with it. Do you want proof of that? Oh, I don't have any of that. You just take my word for it. Anywho, sorry, I was talking about the dislike ratio. Let me pull up the post that Ian's editor put out. Sorry, I like don't have it on hand, so I have to go to Acid Communist's Twitter page to find it because I know he posted it, or she posted it, or they posted it. Yeah, so anyways, for Twitch viewers, YouTube removed their dislike ratio. They said it's to combat negativity on their platform. I'm pretty sure the reason they did that was because the YouTube Rewind had like 7 million dislikes. Something absurd and insane. And since then, there have been extensions that you can download that will show you what the extension basically guesses is the dislike ratio. I don't exactly know the way that they're pulling these dislikes, but the dislike ratio is not perfectly accurate. In fact, in this case, 1, it's easy to brigade. 2, which is obviously what's happening, but 2, it's actually not accurate. Because again, it's not pulling off of YouTube's information. It's basically generating new information. Very crude explanation. Very crude explanation. But if you actually check the real dislike ratio, it's an 85% like ratio. This is literally what they've posted. This is on the back end. The YouTube numbers on the back end are accurate. And when you go to the dashboard on YouTube, Ian's editors, who probably can go to the back end on YouTube, check it out. You're able to see your own dislikes. You're able to see your own likes. The dislike counters are not accurate. They're not accurate. Where's this pic from? It's from, I think, iDubbbz's Discord. And I believe this is either their community manager
crash out will end?
Or maybe one of their editors. They're responding to someone who's like, the like to dislike ratio is crazy. And they said, what do you mean? And it's showing what it looks like on the back end. I didn't realize they were that inaccurate. Oh yeah, it's very inaccurate. Sometimes it's more accurate than other times, but it's not actually pulling from YouTube's information. It's because it can't. It's making its own information, essentially. It only has data from people who install the extension and they extrapolate that out to the entire YouTube audience. But people with the extension installed are more likely to click dislike, so it's skewed. Yeah. Obviously, if you have that extension, you're going to be more of a hater because you actually give a fuck about the dislike ratio. Because normal people who don't care don't have it. I didn't have it for the longest time because I didn't care. I only got it because it's stream and I wanted to know what it's like. Reasonably so, a lot of the people that, again, have it are haters, so the dislike ratio is not accurate. I assume it pulls up based on how many people have it and like or dislike with the extension on. Maybe it generates a new number based on how many likes the video has, and it guesses what the dislike ratio is supposed to be. But again, it's not pulling from YouTube's information because YouTube doesn't publicize the information. And with very polarizing videos like this one, where people who have it are way more likely to have disliked it, it's super, super inaccurate. It's also like, what the fuck does disliking even mean? Like sheep mentality here. It's also stupid because like you can just see the reception online. You can check out the comments section. Most of the comments are just people saying, what the fuck is happening? Or most people saying like, damn, in the time that since the last content cop, I got like 3 jobs. I got a degree. I have 7 kids. So yeah, all this other stuff. But the comments aren't overwhelmingly, they're not 50% negative. So the dislike ratio doesn't even make sense. The dislike ratio extension has the formula for it on GitHub. Yes. So exactly what I said. How is the dislike count calculated? They use the votes from its users to extrapolate the dislike count. If the video was uploaded after the API was shut down, dislike count equals the user's dislike count over the user's like count times the public like count. So in this example, I'll pull up his video. 6 million views.
I'm not gonna do.
So you can see here, basically what it's doing, it's a one-to-one extrapolation, yeah. So what it's doing is like, let's say there are 20,000 users that have this extension. If 10,000 of those 20,000 users press like and another 10,000 press dislike, the extension can only pull from who has the extension. So it's guessing what the percentage is based on what everybody else gave it. So with this, I mean, we can go backwards here. This is at a, this is some quick math here. 350, let's call it 350, 450, 800. 450 over 800. Currently, it's sitting at a 56% dislike ratio. Except that that's not actually accurate because they don't actually know. This extension doesn't actually secretly know how many people and know that 436,000 people disliked it. What they know is that 56% of the users who have this extension disliked it. So they're guessing that out of the total 800,000 people who liked or disliked it, they're guessing 400,000 more people also disliked it. They're literally guessing. They're not pulling information from YouTube. It's not a bad way to do it, but it's not accurate. Yeah, because the problem is, again, most of the people who have this extension are going to be people who dislike. When in reality, the actual dislike ratio, the actual like ratio is 85%. How do you know that? I mean, this is posted by the community manager, I think, or one of their editors that has access to the back end of the YouTube dashboard. Nah, as if, nah. Are you allergic to facts? Dude, you shouldn't cope like this. You shouldn't cope like this, man. It's not, it's kind of sad. I'm going to be honest, dude. All right, moving on. Moving on.
This episode entitled Snark Called CPS on Us, because I hold Denims to be one of the primary reasons, in my opinion, why CPS.
What was that?
During this episode entitled Snark Called CPS on Us, because I hold Denims to be one of the primary reasons, in my opinion, why.
In your opinion, what happened, Ethan? Did you just recently pay out another chunk of money to Kavanaugh? What happened to Denims did CPS? What happened to this is your fault? Did you talk to your lawyer?
CPS was called. Another one of their friends, Froggy Tonic, had been spreading the same malicious rumor about me on Twitter for days before CPS was called as well.
I used to work with this video editor named Froggy Tonic. I discovered him because he was in the circles online that I was in. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that, you know? Like, I'm not gonna endorse it, I'm not gonna retweet it or like it, but fair enough. Now, my former editor of a year...
Also, I just have to say, I think it is really funny that he lost another 20K subs when he dropped this video. Oh, God, dude. It's okay. Just make 10 more videos about me. Just make another 10. Trust the plan, guys. Trust the plan. Trust the plan. Every time he makes another video about me on his main channel, 20,000 people unsubscribe from there and they come and start watching my show. Thank you, Ethan Klein. You are the rent payer. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you, Ethan. Everybody say thank you. Everybody say hi to Ethan watching the show live. Hi, Ethan. Everyone say hi to Hila. Hi, Hila. Everyone say hi to Giardia. Hi, Giardia.
Year and a half ago, did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch.
The worst part about this is XQC watching the fucking iDubbbz video and he can't, and he obviously has to be biased, right? Because iDubbbz is siding with Frogan and me and Hassan, but he can't help but let out the worst cackle when he hears this part. As soon as Ian says this, he just like lets out the fucking meatiest cackle. If someone has a clip, you can send it, but
bunch of other shit, I'm sure.
Now let me show you the tweets that Ian conveniently omitted. Me, when my 3 kids ask me why they haven't seen me in the past 4 months, I was in my...
What are these cell phones? Why does he post these cell phones? Me, when my 3 kids ask me why they haven't seen me for the past 4 months, I was in the basement.
My basement. How can you shun a fallen fan when they worry about their 3 kids when they can't be bothered to protect their dogs? Ethan was...
Why didn't you read the rest of the tweet, Ethan? Wait, why didn't you read the rest of the tweet? Little homie even ingested pills left on the floor. Like, come on, man. That's weird, I guess. It's weird that he didn't read that part of the tweet.
Ethan was neglectful
So bizarre.
with his dogs. He's already been neglectful with his kids, and he will continue to be. As a child of a neglectful, bipolar, narcissistic dad, that's precisely why I worry about Ethan's kids. I explained it on the podcast, but the truth of the matter is, it's all a lie. It's all wrong. The man is talking about my children. He's painting me as a terrible parent, a neglectful parent, and saying that he's, whose claim to fame as being iDubbbz' friend and former editor, is spreading malicious, damaging rumors about me that led to the CPS being called. Which, by the way, Ian does not explain one time.
Why are you putting this in? Why are you putting in the L dancing? It looks like an edit against you, man. Oh my God, dude. I can't. Like, I don't. I cannot comprehend why Ethan would include so many clips that are making fun of him in a video that's supposed to make you empathize with him. It comes off, the way that it's edited, it comes off like someone making fun of your response video. Sorry, I have to, one second, let him say.
Spreading malicious, damaging.
Also, the best part about this is like,
As a terrible
you can see the two Ethans fighting each other in this video, edits versus words. Yeah, wait.
parent, a neglectful parent, and saying that he's, whose claim to fame as being iDubbbz' friend and former editor.
Claim to fame. He's saying Froggy Tonic's claim to fame. The worst part about this is like, you check these tweets and it's like 200 likes. Claim to fame.
With did say some
420, it's Asmund watching XQC and laughing.
truly mean shit.
Do you know how bad it is when even XQC and Asmund, who are supposed to be like the biggest haters, they're supposed to be on Ethan's side, when they watch it and they laugh at iDubbbz's edits?
He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit.
Not gonna do.
Of all the things.
I would just delete my YouTube channel at that point. I would just delete it. Why are you including that part in your video? Why are you including the cheddar cheese part in your video? These people who are the most likely to take your side, you are running constant fucking simping for XQC and Asmongold and being like, Asmund's not a big Trump guy. No. And you're including one of the few things in the video that they couldn't resist laughing at.
Of all the things.
Been neglectful with his kids, and he will continue to be. As a child of a neglectful, bipolar, narcissistic dad, that's precisely why I worry about Ethan's kids. I explained it on the podcast, but the truth of the matter is, it's all a lie. It's all wrong. The man is talking about my children. He's painting me as a terrible parent, a neglectful parent, and saying that he's, whose claim to fame as being iDubbbz's friend and former editor, is spreading malicious, damaging rumors about me that led to the CPS being called. Which, by the way...
And he keeps saying malicious rumors about me. Malicious rumors about me. These malicious rumors, I'm sorry, guys. I really am. I feel so bad every time I have to subjugate you guys to this. The malicious rumors in question... I'll let it play again. I feel like such an asshole making you guys watch this fucking poop clip over and over and over and over again.
5 seconds earlier.
Oh, Lion Klein. I'm honestly shocked people still take this guy seriously. Let's do some quick math. Here are the first and last frames of the video that he played. I searched for the top and the bottom messages in my Chatterino history. The first one is line 14,472. The second is 15,428. And they're 5 minutes apart. That's 956 messages in 5 minutes. He showed 65 messages, which is less than 7% of the messages from that time period. The funniest thing is that only 3 of those 65 messages are ever even on the screen in the 2-minute video that he featured. So now I'm sure you're wondering why someone would go through so much trouble to painstakingly Photoshop all these chat messages together to make it look like they happened at around the same time instead of over the course of the full 5 minutes. And if only 3 of those 65 messages were in that clip, when did the rest happen? TLDR. All of the call CPS messages in my chat, all of them were because of me playing this clip from his show. Well, it happened when I watched this clip from his podcast.
Olive has Giardia, which is it's a bacterial infection in the intestines that makes you have diarrhea. Well, Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has Giardia.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
And now Ela has Giardia.
shut. For real?
Now I think this morning I had diarrhea.
Oh my god.
What can I do to not get it from you?
I'm trying
Yeah, what-
Because I'm not trying to get
Can
it.
we crank the AC maybe?
Is it?
It's extremely ridiculous to get. You have to ingest my poop. Are you planning on that?
Never.
Not really.
So then you're fine.
And I know what you're thinking. That's not that bad, right? Just kidding. Nobody's thinking that. It just keeps going.
Backwards,
Viscous
so
is-
I'm doubting myself.
Having a thick, sticky consistency
Right, so
between solid and liquid.
The more viscous it is, the thicker it is.
Okay, so he had a very low viscosity
Yeah.
diarrhea, and he was thrashing all around. So you can imagine it was not an easy task cleaning that up, and in the dark too, mind you.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, I get him changed. I put the diaper on. I put him back in his sleeping sack. And I want to put him on the ground because I didn't want him to, suffer. So I carry him into the bathroom to wash my hands. And, I try to do a one-handed wash.
I'm done. I can't. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Rumors about iDubbbz' friend and former editor is spreading malicious, damaging rumors about
Spreading malicious, damaging rumors apparently just means playing a part of his clip. Playing a part of his stream. Apparently that's spreading malicious rumors. Just playing him talking on his show unedited. Wait, I was engaged. I want to hear more about the viscosity. Oh, man. Oh, man. And the crazy part is when this clip originally aired, I mean, you guys can hear it. He says in no uncertain terms, and now Sonny has Giardia, now Ela has Giardia, and then has to later, because he's oversharing, has to later say, okay, wait, sorry. Just to be clear, nobody has Giardia. He has since said nobody has Giardia. Thankfully. But that doesn't change the fact that when people were watching this video, they were watching him saying in no uncertain terms that they did have it.
that led to the
Ethan should sue himself for defamation.
CPS being called. Which, by the way, Ian does not explain one time. Did not mention why I'm angry at
Probably because
Froggy.
he doesn't want to fucking show everyone this poop clip. That's probably why. He was probably doing you a fucking solid. And he didn't want to show all of you guys this fucking poop clip.
He did not mention why I'm angry at Denims. He did not mention the name of the episode. He did not mention what the episode was about. He actually has a perfect opportunity to explain the
Sue himself for defecation.
CPS call, but watch what he does here instead.
Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila.
Do we have any other proof of the CPS going to their house other than them saying so?
I have to believe that the CPS showed up because the world where he would lie about that seems too crazy even for him. So I'm just gonna assume that it's real. I have to assume that it's real. Because I'm just too I can't live in that world where they fake something so insane. So I believe. Okay. All right. Probably not the best time to use the phrase do a solid. Did you see a skull thing? We're going to talk about that at the very end.
The C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit.
What other shit, Ian? Other shit is doing a lot of heavy lifting, man. Now, why does this matter? Because
Don't make a Poopy Klein joke. Don't make a Poopy Klein joke. Don't make a Poopy Klein joke.
Because Anissa was yucking it up with these guys during the period in which they were spreading this rumor, and when the CPS called.
Again, spreading this rumor is watching him talk about his children getting an illness. It's him saying in no uncertain terms.
Well, Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has Giardia.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
And now Hila has Giardia.
Shut. For real.
No one is spreading the rumor. You're the one talking about your experiences and people are watching you speak, dude. No one is spreading this rumor. You're the one who's talking about it.
Call was made. The CPS call is central to understanding this story. You cannot tell this story without that context. And to try to tell this story without including that detail, it would be the most bad faith, cruel, gaslighting hit piece of all time. Unfortunately, that's exactly what he did. He convinced his audience that the reason that I'm mad.
I like how the entire thing is just him being upset that this content cop has 6 million views, and a bunch of people now who didn't know about the button found out about the button, and it made him look bad.
That I'm lashing out simply because I'm a raving lunatic. I am crashing out. I'm just crazy and harassing his friends for no reason. And by the way, to my good friend Ian of 8 years, I really appreciate you weaponizing my mental health against me.
To make Ethan crash out. He's having a parasocial weird crash out. People can have crash out moments. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help.
Someone who I've confided in over the years with my struggles with it, who understands what I've been through, the lengths that I've gone to work on myself and improve my mental condition. For him to throw that in my face, to characterize anything I'm doing as crashing out, that I need help, that I need to get some kind of treatment, is cruel and pathetic on a level I didn't think he would ever be possible of doing. One ridiculous point he keeps hammering on is that I'm hating on him, I'm harassing him, simply because he's following people on Twitter.
We're not going to run to your defense when, I don't know.
Guys, did you know that did you know that telling someone you need help is cruel? Is a cruel thing for a friend to say?
We follow people, we be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
I'm not upset, Ian, because you follow people. That is absurd. I'm mad because you are actively engaging with these people on social media, in DMs, while this harassment is happening, seemingly indifferent to it, silent on it. In a sense, I felt like you were more on their side than my side.
Our silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out.
Our silence means something. That's exactly what we felt. Wow, it's almost like we were right about you. There's
No, Ethan. You guys said that he was silent about you because they were afraid of snarkers. They were afraid to publicly take your side because they were afraid of getting hate from snarkers. And that's why they're spineless. They didn't say anything about you because they were never going to take your side, because they never agreed with anything you said. Isn't it kind of crazy that in this video, again, in this video that's like 16 minutes long, over half of it is just clips of me and then a couple clips of Bad Empanada? I can't get over this. Before we get into the last section of the video, I really can't get over this. Where is it? I can't.
Today was pretty bad, wasn't it? Really sucked for you. You were so disappointed. The betrayal of one of your closest long-term friends, huh? TikTok, though, Ethan. TikTok, because this was just a taste. This was just a small part of what we have organized for you. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse, Mr. Klein. Every day, sit there just waiting in misery, in fear of what we have in store for you. Tick-tock goes the clock.
Maybe if he stopped.
The fact, oh my God. The fact that none of those edits were Bad Empanada's edits. The fact that every single one of those edits, the music, the L dancing, the zooming in, the crunchiness, that all of those were Ethan putting them in. Bad Empanada had a response on Instagram. Let me see it.
Exactly what we felt. Wow, it's almost like we were right about you. There's something that I've never talked about publicly.
Oh, is this,
now where
is this
it's
about
like,
that?
it's
I
so
still haven't gotten there
easy to
yet.
bait Ethan Klein that I think it's like a fetish or something. Like, this is a video on his main channel. It's like it's his straight main channel video, like complaining about Bad Empanada, right? And he put this in here. He put this. He bought it. He bought it. My screen's dirty, I know.
Today was pretty bad, wasn't it? Really sucked for you. You were so disappointed. The betrayal of one of your closest
I love this
long-term
community.
friends,
Thanks for being
huh?
awesome.
TikTok, though, Ethan. TikTok, because this was just a taste. This was just a small part of what we have organized for you. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse, Mr. Klein. Every day, sit there just waiting in misery, in fear of what we have in store for you. Tick-tock goes the clock.
Maybe if he stops harassing other.
I gotta say, that was a great fucking edit.
We
That was.
already covered Vance killing the Pope.
Oh, no, wait. I didn't mean to go back.
Mr. Klein.
No. I didn't mean to make you guys watch that.
Just waiting in misery.
Dude, I did it again. Whatever. It's fine.
Hello, Mr. Klein. We see you speaking. We see your mouth moving. Do not think for a second that we are not one step ahead, Mr. Klein. Do not think for a second that you have any power here, Mr. Klein. Hello, Mr. Klein. Remember, we are always watching.
Hey guys, I just received 4 human skulls in the mail. That's right.
Oh my God. Wait, we're going to get into the skulls. We're going to get into the skulls one thing at a time. One thing at a time. I want to address the arguments against iDubbbz's video separately from the skulls. Okay, I want to address Skullgate on its own because to begin with, the fact that Skullgate is in here, it doesn't refute anything that iDubbbz talks about. It doesn't refute for example, any of the button stuff. Like, he doesn't even address the button stuff at all. He doesn't address any of it. The Skullgate thing is supposed to be like, I am getting insane levels of harassment. What's with the skulls? Again, we'll get to that in a second. We'll get to it in a second. Did we ever find AB? I think he's still missing. All right, let's get into this Skullgate thing. But before we get into that,
At the age of 32,
we'll do a quick little preamble here. Strumdog, thank you for the 5. Thank you.
I've acquired empathy, but I have, and I've realized it because
him desperately trying to say that Hassan is secretly a neo-Nazi who has a swastika sword for having a replica of Ichigo's sword from Bleach when he's not a Bleach fan, which obviously means that it's anti-Semitism, is insane. I just like, the conspiracy levels we're entering are like really incredible.
I just like can't help myself but like feel for other people's pain and suffering now. I'm still not perfect. I think that is, my empathy meter's only maybe like a quarter of the way filled up potentially, but it's at least there.
In the spirit of his newfound enlightenment, he had this to say.
I have made some cruel, hurtful content, and I need to acknowledge that, and
I hope you get PTSD. From what, you fucking idiot? I'm not joining the military. These criticisms, I feel like they don't even make any sense sometimes. You guys are the ones that say, I have never worked a job in my life. My life has been super easy. I never leave my house. I have an echo chamber. I make lots of money doing nothing and stealing content. Think about it for a second. In your universe, what would I even be getting PTSD from, you fucking dipshit? Hello? Luckily, I'm not in the idea of bulldozing people and getting PTSD from that. Which is a real article, by the way. This has nothing to do with Ela Klein. This is a real article talking about how IDF members have PTSD from killing a bunch of innocent people, which is a fucking insane article. But just come on, guys. All right.
I'm really sorry that it's taken me this long to acknowledge it. The content I'm talking about specifically are content cop videos and videos where I was...
Does this not reflect poorly on you that the guy who's saying that he's trying to be a better person and that he's trying to be more empathetic and that he's trying to pick better targets and he's trying to make insults that aren't as mean-spirited, that he would carve out a section for you, that he looked at you and saw the things that you were saying and doing and said, wow. Yeah. Yeah. I have to talk about this.
Just generally criticizing people for very lackluster reasons and, obviously didn't have any accountability online whatsoever on my end. I was morally grandstanding and acting as if I'm any better than any of these people that I was making content cop videos on, and I'm not. I'm a human. I'm a real human who makes mistakes, and, I make a different set of mistakes than the people I was making videos on, but it doesn't matter. I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate. It's also indoctrinated a lot of people into thinking that this is an okay way to behave, and it's not.
What happened? Am I so uniquely evil that you're willing to abandon your newfound principles after, less than a year? What is it that I've done, Ian, that makes me more detestable than any of the other people that you've contacted?
Well, if you were willing to actually, listen to anything in the video, you might know.
content copped. And for what did you do this? To
You
revitalize?
defend Israel. He literally, I mean, it was so bad that he had a button moment and then AB went missing after that. Because he didn't understand the point of the fucking video. Like, there is literally a section when he finds out that Ethan, sorry, not Ethan, that Ethan finds out that Ian drops this content cop on him, and he reacts to it live. And there's a section of Ian's video where he says like, "Hey man, it's very weird that you're like talking about how great Israel is when Israel is actively committing like a genocide." I'll say it, it's committing a genocide, and he doesn't understand the point. He's like, well, we've never just agreed that Israel's doing that. And it's like, dude, if you were alive during slavery, prior to the Civil War in the United States, and you're like, yeah, slavery's wrong and like all this other stuff. And, you know, there are definitely a lot of slave masters that are really harsh and it's really terrible. But I am going to go to the South to show you all my wonderful plantation. I think a lot of people think that it's like a shithole, but it's really great. What does that look like to you? You're defending the state that exists as it does, despite all of its atrocities, and pretending like the atrocities aren't happening and pretending to, like, it's just absurd. It's just absurd. Yeah, but you're not. You live in today. That's why it's an analogy. That's why I said it's like. It's the equivalent. That's what an analogy is. I do not actually think I live in the before times, actually. I do understand that I live in 2025. That's what an analogy is, chatter. All right.
Realize your dying career. The entire video reeks of desperation, of being thrown together, and poorly
Like how this just talks about this video.
researched. I don't really even understand.
Wait, did we? I thought the skull thing appeared in here. Wait,
why
did I
they
miss
did
it?
this, and I can't imagine that it's going to be worth it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I passed it. I apologize. I thought it was my bad. Sorry, let's go back.
It's crashing out, that I need help, that I need to get some kind of treatment, is cruel and pathetic on a level I didn't think he would ever be possible of doing. One ridiculous point he keeps hammering on is that I'm hating on him.
Why does he not just like have a tripod? Why does Hila record? I think he doesn't make Hila record. I think she's excited to be there. I think maybe she holds like the cards up and then she goes like, good, perfect. Yes. I do want to see like a leftovers H3 edit of like her breathing as the camera's moving. She's like, yes, Ethan, yes. Good. I want to see that. I think that would be really funny. Didn't Israel, sorry, to be clear, you're totally right, by the way. Didn't people who were pro-slavery back then say slaves couldn't be free or they'll attack their oppressors? Isn't that the same thing Israel says about taking down the Gaza wall? Correct. I mean, chat can correct me if I'm mistaken. I'm like 100% certain. Okay, 99% certain. There's a clip of Hila saying, maybe it was Ethan, I believe it was Hila, saying like, well, the wall is a lot of crimes have stopped happening since we built the wall. So it's good. It's a good thing that it's there. And there's a clip of Ethan saying like, yeah, well, guess what? If once there are more Palestinians than there are Israelis, what do you think is going to happen to the Israelis? Which is, you know, like what she said was that the suicide bombing stopped after the wall was built. Which again, she says that the wall is good. Like that's This is my first time I've ever watched a stream rather than a song in my 4 or so years of using the site. Oh, well, welcome. Hope you enjoy your time. Also, is this the real Zammies? Sorry to like put you on blast right now, but this is the real Zammies. Yes, hi. Oh my god, I'm such a fan. Wait. I'm like reliving my Tumblr girly days, reliving my Homestuck days. Wait, I'm such a fan. Oh my god. Like simping for someone to choose. Okay, anyway, sorry. Back to the video. All right, okay. We can finally get to Skullgate.
I'm harassing him simply because he's following people on Twitter.
We're not going to run to your defense when, I don't know, we follow people. We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
I'm not upset, Ian, because you follow people. That is absurd.
be
I'm
following.
mad because you are actively engaging with these people on social media, in DMs, while this harassment is happening, seemingly indifferent to it, silent on it, in a sense.
So much. So thanks, Ethan.
Thank you,
also,
Ethan.
thanks, Hila, for letting me know you were streaming.
Oh, thank you, Hila. Thank you.
I felt like you were more.
Also, I don't know if I said thank you or not, but Adrian, thank you for the 10. Stormdog, thank you for the 5. John, Sussy, Oh Bother. Thank you guys for the sub. We use Dave Kironic. Thank you for the give sub.
More on their side than my side.
Our silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out.
Our silence means something. That's exactly what we felt. Wow, it's almost like we were right about you. There's something that I've never talked about publicly, but around the same time, we received 2 human skulls in the mail at our home, which led us to having a very pleasant interview with the FBI. Things have progressed well past the point of that's just what the internet does. Ian had a recent revelation. He's transcended into a new person. He's achieved nirvana and discovered empathy at age 32.
I think only in these past couple of years have I gained the ability empathy, and I'm very ashamed to admit that. It sounds really pathetic to say at the age of 32 I've acquired empathy.
And that's it. I'm pretty sure that's all he says about the skulls. And you know what? Here's what I will say. I disavow sending skulls. I condemn sending skulls. I disavow and I condemn. I disavow and condemn. And you know what? The snark Redditors, exposed, literally endorsed. They're trying to expose me. Little do they know, Weisberg, whoever you are, the person who posted the skull emoji, you will be banned for life. I already filed a police report. You are disgusting. You are a disgusting human being. I can't believe you would ever think that that would be okay to do. I condemn sending skulls to people. I condemn it. I disavow sending skulls to people, and I condemn sending skulls to people. And that is all I will say on this. That's it. Sorry to waste your time, Ethan. I know you're sitting here waiting to clip, and you're probably punching your monitor right now. Sorry. Sorry to waste the past 3 hours of your time. Sat through the pre-show, sat through 2 hours of me making fun of you. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Giardia, nice to see you again. Hope you get some new glasses. Those look really ugly on you. I'm sorry. Listen, you came after my fashion sense. I have to come after yours. I'm sorry. Ela, hello again. Yeah, so like I said, yeah, I condemn sending skulls to people. I condemn. And if Ethan was incorrect about anything in the story about the skulls, I'm sure he will be honest about it and talk about it on his show in a way that is genuine and honest. Otherwise, I will always stand with Ethan Klein because he is my best friend. He is the rent payer. And I believe everything he says. Okay? And I condemn. and I condemn. And I disavow.
But I have, and I've realized it because I just like can't help myself but like feel for other people's pain and suffering now.
And then we get the rest of this video is just a self-owned compilation.
I'm still not perfect. I think that is, my empathy meter's only maybe like a quarter of the way filled up potentially, but it's at least there.
In the spirit of his newfound enlightenment, he had this to say.
I have made some cruel, hurtful content, and I need to acknowledge that, and I'm really sorry that it's taken me this long to acknowledge it. The content I'm talking about specifically are content cop videos and videos where I was just generally criticizing people for very lackluster reasons and, obviously didn't have any accountability online whatsoever on my end. I was morally grandstanding and acting as if I am any better than any of these people that I was making content cop videos on, and I'm not. I'm a human. I'm a real human who makes mistakes, and, I make a different set of mistakes than the people I was making videos on, but it doesn't matter. I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate.
My favorite thing about this is like a bunch of H3 fans have been like memeing about this part of the video. But I didn't actually notice it until very, very recently. I think it was like literally today. That I'm pretty sure in the beginning of this, wait, let me see. Maybe I'm mistaken. Ethan literally, he does the same thing. And the people making fun of him, making fun of iDubbbz for this, have no idea. Oh, God.
Hate. It's also indoctrinated a lot.
Ian did it on purpose to steal. He's trying to steal. He's trying to steal from Ethan. Ethan Klein has done nothing wrong
thinking that
ever.
this is an okay way to behave, and it's not.
What happened? Am I so uniquely evil that you're willing to abandon your newfound principles after, what, less than a year? What is it that I've done, Ian, that makes me more detestable than any of the other people that you've content copped? And for what did you do this? To revitalize your dying career? The entire video reeks of desperation, of being thrown together, and poorly researched. I don't
What a beautiful way to end your video.
really even understand why they did this. And I
I love that so much of Ethan Klein's content nowadays is just like him talking about himself without knowing.
can't imagine that it's going to be worth it. Thanks for the 8 years of friendship, buddy. Have fun with your new friends.
Guys, the real reason, by the way, is he lolcowing himself? Dude, he should get into the like anti-Ethan business. He would make a killing. Ethan's really good at it. But I have to say, I get it. I get the frustration on behalf of Ethan Klein. And I get why this video is like the majority of it is just like lying about me calling CPS, even though again, it's already been debunked. I'm like, I posted the fucking clip if you want to, if you're actually genuine, you're like, I don't understand why this is happening. I don't understand. It's the clip, the video is pinned in chat, but I feel confident in saying, I feel very confident in saying that the only reason that this is happening, the only reason that he made this video.
The reason Gila hates you so much because you're probably in Ethan's mind as much she is. That video he spent all Sunday making was like at least 1/3 about you.
Yeah. 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 But I'm pretty sure that the thing that pisses him off the most, the reason why this video doesn't actually debunk anything, doesn't bring up the button, doesn't fight against the button, because he could have handled this. He could have, okay, sorry. I think the best way for him to have handled this
Love seeing you in the content cop video, Peppa laugh.
would be, oh, it would have been such free content, dude. It's so sad that he doesn't have like a producer that can actually, that's allowed to speak back to him and talk back to him. Because this would have been such free content if he had taken this, because there are certain opportunities you have And if you miss them, you've missed them. This was the perfect opportunity to finally squash all of the beef and regain points on the internet and finally stop having to talk about this and win, most importantly, and come out morally superior. If he had done a week of having people call in and having genuine heart-to-hearts with everyone who he's ever beefed with, it would have been beautiful. It would have been like he could have called it like ceasefire talks or some shit and just, you know, bring on Frogan and the two of them can talk it out. And he can be like, I just felt like it was really mean that you said this. It was really mean that you said this. And I'm sorry for criticizing you in this way. You know, he could have had a heart-to-heart with Mike. He could have a heart-to-heart with me. Hey, I just feel like it's fucked up. You know, like I'm obviously embarrassed by that clip of me talking about poop. I obviously don't want people to watch it. And you're streaming it for everybody to see. And it's embarrassing and it's mean-spirited. It's like, hey man, I'm sorry. You know what? You're right. It was mean-spirited that I showed people that clip. You're right. It was. But that's after you called me like a bitch fucking 20 times in like 7 minutes, right? You're right. I'm sorry for what I've done to you, but I didn't do it for no reason. I did it because of all this other stuff that you had done first. And like the sad thing is he can't perceive it in the same way that like his fans can't perceive it. He should have publicly apologized to everyone after they collaborated to trash him and he didn't. So he fucked up. Dude, like they're incapable. Like they have selective hearing. They're brain damaged to the point where they have such bad selective hearing. They didn't hear the part where I said I would apologize. That we could have a genuine heart-to-heart. That we could both apologize for the things that we did wrong. The things that were not empathetic. But like you are so partial, you are so biased, and you are so dumb that you can't hear me say I would apologize. Like you can't hear the words. It's just like static. I start saying that, look, he left. He left. They can't handle it. Like they literally can't handle it. They can't wrap their brain around it, right? So anyways, it was a perfect opportunity. Also, we're talking like PR here. We're not even talking about what is morally superior or like what's morally correct to do or not, right? But PR-wise, if he had an actual PR manager or a PR guy or whatever, that's what they would tell him. They tell him, this is your opportunity, man. This is the time to do it. This is the time. You can easily use this opportunity. Cake. Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Cake. But even forget about that, dude. Fucking who cares about that? He could have taken like a middle of the road path where he gets to keep his biases, he gets to keep his anger, but he also comes out on top because he seems impartial, right? He could have said something like, hey, I agree. You know what? The button is fucked up. I'm removing the button. iDubbbz, you made a good point about the button. Everything else you said in that video was fucking wrong, and you know it was wrong, and you know you left out important information.
Denims.
I'm removing the button, and I think it's only right that you remove the sections of the video where, like, you talked about this or this or this or this or whatever. And then at least, like, he comes off as being impartial. Except that he loves the button. Yeah. Yeah. But like it's just he's so ego driven. He's so like on this war path. He can't imagine any other paths. Don't do PR for this man for free. I mean, it doesn't matter because he's not going to take the PR anyways, right? He doesn't want diplomacy. He wants total victory and he wants everyone else to like it's not enough that he wins. He has to make sure everyone he dislikes loses. But I'm pretty sure the majority of the reason why so much of this video is dedicated to me, it's not because of the CPS call, because he knows. He's literally admitted on camera, I said, there is literally a clip of him saying, well, yeah, she said not to call CPS, but she was mean about it. So he already knows all this stuff is false. He knows that the chat is false. He knows all of this is false, right? I'm pretty sure the reason why he chose to debunk this video this way is because his feelings got really hurt at this part of the content cop. I like process this video because the video is so unreal. Like, guys, this timeline is like definitely fake. If not for the chatter that said ages ago in response to me saying I'm 50% sure I'm in a coma, To which one chatter said, come on, Denims, you're not nearly funny enough to be thinking up all of these chat messages. To which I said, you're actually totally fucking right. I'm not in a coma. Which means the only other reasonable explanation is that I've definitely jumped across timelines into an alternate dimension where it's opposite day. Where H3 Productions, Ethan Klein, the Vape Nash guy, has gone insane. And I, some random person online, am in an iDubbbz video. So I like finally like processed it. I was like, dude, I was just in a fucking content cop video. What the fuck is this world? What is this world? And not only that, but I was in an iDubbbz video where iDubbbz says this.
I think that she's a good person like we think Ethan and Hila are good people. Kind of a tricky situation. How can you possibly think that they're both good people at their core? People can have crash out moments. People can say things that they don't mean. People can say things because they want internet clout and attention. I don't know, I think they're both probably guilty of saying things that they don't mean for internet clout and attention. Right now, one's a little bit more fucking nasty to me than the other.
I just don't see how you can be my friend and also be friends with someone like that.
Well, you can't. So I already forgot about you.
I actually have a lot of friendships that are kind of that way, where it's like, you know, one of the friends doesn't fuck with the other friend, but there is someone in the middle who kind of fucks with both of them, but separately. Yeah, there's a lot of friendships that are like that.
That and like, I think maybe it was later in the video. Maybe not. I'm forgetting the exact timestamp. But I think the thing that like pissed him off the most, that made him make so much of this video about me, it's not the CPS stuff, because he already admitted that all of that shit is fucking fabricated as shit. Not the actual call. I don't know about that. I assume it's real. But he knows that I explicitly said not to call CPS, and he knows that the chat messages are like, they're literally fucking photoshopped, and they happen over him talking about his poop situation. I think it's just that he's mad that iDubbbz says, yeah, we're basically friends with you and we're friends with Denims, and you need to fix your shit, man. And in this video, like his friend of 8 years says, I'm going to call you out while saying I'm friends with this person you hate. Like that must have felt like that must have felt like twisting the knife on this guy. And I think that's what made him, I think that's what really just broke his brain. He's butthurt that you stole some of his only friends. Yeah. 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 Oh my God, Sammy's, thank you for the tier 1. Thanks. As an ex-H3 fan of almost a decade, the part where Ian talks about fans not wanting to throw the baby out with the bathwater hit the nail on the head. I waited way too long. I was so forgiving because I genuinely thought change was still possible. I mean, again, that's why to this day, right now, still, I'm still not like aggressive on Olivia and AB, because they're also, that's where they're at. They're still holding out. They're still holding out that he can get help and he can get fixed and he can stop on this warpath. How long do you think until Jeff Wittick, Steiny, and Dr. Honda called CPS? I think it's only a matter of a couple days. I think it's only a matter of days. What about Dan? Oh no, Dan is cooked. Dan is fried. Dan's fried. He's boiled. He's baked. He's charred. It's over for Dan. Dan is like fully entrenched. Which is why I said, dude, Dan should demand a fucking pay boost. However much he's getting paid, it's not enough. I don't care if he's getting a fucking 100K a year, 200K a year, 500K a year. It's not enough. All right? Because I'm telling you, dude, if you go and watch some of the podcasts, which unfortunately I've had to do so much of because he keeps fucking defaming me, there are so many sections where Ethan kind of looks out at his employees after saying a sentence or making a joke, and everyone is too afraid to say anything, and Dan's the only person that responds. If you got rid of Dan, which he's also the tech guy, so the show would just break half the time without him, but let's just pretend like they get another tech guy. It would just, most of the show would just be Ethan saying something and then no one responding. And he'd be like, can you believe this? Crickets. Let me call Hila. like that would be most of the show at that point. It's just not Yeah. So I just, oh man. It's sad, but I guess we'll find out what happens next week. I'm sure he'll do some more defaming. I'm sure he'll, in a fit of rage, be like, she literally did CPS. She is CPS. She is the CEO of CPS. I'm sure he'll get to that this week. Complete betrayal. Oh goodness. Sorry, I just saw something crazy. This is the real reason that the housekeeper quit on Ethan. This is what Ethan's basement, his editing basement looks like. She was like, I can't clean this. No. No. Also, what the fuck is this? What is this, by the way? What is this? I'm just kidding. This is Asmongold's house. Okay. Sorry, too many jokes in one stream. My bad, all right? My bad. My apologies. Is it so wrong to want to tell a couple of jokes? Is it so wrong to say that JD Vance literally killed the Pope with cringe? Is that illegal? Is it illegal to do that? That's some demonic growth? Yeah, I'll get it off the stage. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'll get it off the screen. My bad. I know some of you watch this show in the morning and you're trying to have breakfast. And it's messed up for me to show you guys that, okay? It's messed up. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You are the rent payer. You are the legend. Thank you, Ethan Klein.